Hi everyone, today we are discussing combining like terms, distributions, and variables on both sides in multi-step equations. So just like our 1 and 2 steps, we want to perform the opposite function in order to move the piece to another side. Okay, so we're going to start off with number 1 here. 3y plus 5 equals y minus 4. Now I noticed that both sides have a y and both sides have a constant. I am going to take my y's to the left. So here, this is a 1y, and if you want to put the 1 there, that's fine. Okay, so I need to, it's positive, I need to subtract a y. So when I put this here, I want to make sure that I line it up with the y's on both sides. That will give me 2y plus 5 is equal to negative 4. Okay, now I need to move the plus 5. So since it's positive, we subtract 5. That'll give me 2y is equal to, and negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. And then divide by 2. So y is a negative 9 halves. Okay, and if you were putting that in a calculator, you would see that is negative 4.5, and that answer is also acceptable. Okay, so let's go down to number 2, and this one we have distribution. Now last time we talked in our 2 steps, hey, why don't we just divide by 8? Well, the reason I can't do that is because of this positive 2 sitting here. Okay, as soon as I have something else in the problem except that distribution, I can't do that any longer, and now we have to distribute. So when we distribute, we are multiplying the number outside of the parentheses times every term on the inside. So this is 8 times y, which is 8y, plus 8 times 5, which is 40. I still have that positive 2 equals 46 out here. So remember, that hasn't gone away. Okay, now I can combine like terms. So I can combine the positive 40 and the positive 2. 8y plus 42 equals 46. Okay, positive 42 needs to go. So we're going to do the opposite sign, which is subtract. So 8y is equal to 4. And then when I divide by 8, I have y is 4/8, or you could tell me it is 1/2, or you could tell me it is 0.5. Okay, any of those are valid answers. All right, so the key when I am looking at this distribution that we need to watch out for, okay, hold on a sec. These pens do not want to work today. Okay, is this number right here, this positive 40? Don't know if y'all can see, let me change color a little bit. Okay, this positive 40 right here is the one that I'm concerned about. 8 times 5. Okay, so please do not forget, you have to multiply by both pieces. Okay, so let's go over to number 3. And this one is really basic, except for I have a decimal here with the y. But that's okay. I can subtract the 11, and I get 0.1y is equal to negative 11, and divide by the 0.1. Okay, everybody's got a calculator. Go ahead, divide by that 0.1. And what actually happens here is that we end up with a negative 110. Okay, and that is because this 0.1y is 1/10. Okay, so it's really a fraction. telling us that we need to move the decimal place. Okay, it's okay to use your calculators. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, down here on 4, okay, I just have x's on one side. So we had some trouble with combining like terms here. If this happens and you have these x's and things get mixed up all on one side like this, then what I typically will do is get rid of the constants that's there. This is a positive 2, so I'm going to subtract 2. So I have the 3x left, I have the minus 7x left, equals 22. And now I can clearly see this is 3x minus 7x, which is negative 4x. And when I divide by negative 4, okay, we end up with a negative 5.5. Okay, so the key here was if you have variables and constants intertwined between each other, just subtract them off one by one. That will help you in your solving. All right, on number 5, now we have a fraction in here. So this is one of the harder ones. So I'll kind of star this as harder. Sorry, my handwriting's a little off. Okay, 2/3. Now the first thing I'm going to do is try to add 7. So I have 5x equals, well, what is 2/3 plus 7? It's not 9/3, okay? So the easiest way is to convert 2/3 to a decimal, okay? So 2/3 is really 0.66. So when I add 7, I have 7.66, okay? We're trying to find just rough answers here, so I'm not concerned about the fraction arithmetic. All right, divide by the 5. So I can put my 7.66 in the calculator, divide by 5, 1.532. Okay, that's the full decimal. Okay, we need to have at least one decimal place. So let me put a note here. Answers must have at least one decimal place. Okay, if you want to go to 2 decimal places, that's fine, but it has to have at least one. Okay, and sometimes I'll string them out even further. All right, so there are some basic multi-step equations that you can use for today's lesson.